28, the second half, Ramayanam. It's June 12th, second session. So, Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate, Ramam Ramesham Bhaje, Ramena Bhiyata Nishachara Chamo, Ramaya Tasmai Namaha, Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham, Rame Chittalaya Sada Bhautame Bho Ramama Muddhara, Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame, Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane, Sri Ramanama Varanana Onnama Iti. Okay, I think last time we finished up at the first half of the 34th shloka over here. So this last thing we did last time was Gatetu Tasmin Bharato Vasishta Pramukhay Dvijayihi Niyujyamano Rajyaya Naichad Rajyam Mahabalaha. So Gatetu Tasmin means that when Dasharatha had passed away, Bharataha Vasishta Pramukhaihi Dvijayihi Niyujyamano Rajyaya, even though he was being urged, being appointed to the kingdom by the priests headed by Vasishtha, Naichad Rajyam Mahabalaha. Even though he is very powerful, he did not wish to have the kingdom. Let's start from this 34, and we can take a cue from the, how far do you want to go with this is, you can take a cue from the translation. So the next translation goes up to, this one is there. He proceeded to the forest in order to please and accept his father's throne. So only up to 34 is the translation going. So let's take it up to there only and take it. Thus you can, as I said to you last time, you can look at the translation and see up to where they're translating, or you can do it on your own and see, where the Tingantam Padam is, where the sentence makes sense. If you want to keep your life easy, just go to the translation and see where the next full stop is and take up to there. So, Sajagama Vanam Viro Ramapada Prasadakaha. Very simple half a shloka. Saha Jagama Vanam Viro Vanam, Padacheda when you do, Saha Jagama Vanam Viraha Rama Pada Prasadakaha. Rama Pada Prasadakaha. So this Saha is Pratama Ekvachanam, Pradipatikam is Tat. Jagama is a past tense form. So that is the verb in this sentence. Because now, as I also mentioned to you, that one shloka may have less than one sentence, it may have more than one sentence. Many times it will have exactly one sentence, many times, but not always. Like this is only half a shloka. It has one sentence. Because ekating vakyam, so we have see tingantam padam, that's what makes the vakyam. So if there are more than one tingantam padam, it will make more than one vakyam. So saha is a pronoun. The pradipatikam is tat. We're not doing too much vyakaranam right now, but this first for the padachhedaha. The padachhedaha is saha. See, this is the way the question for you is normally when you say namo narayanaya, when you have a visarga followed by a soft consonant, a just letter, you can hush letter. I keep making the mistake, hush letter. Then now you should get hashicha and take the u and become so. But these two pradipadikams, etad and tad, when they're followed by any hal, barring some rare conditions, they lose the supratyaya. Etad tadoho sulopaha hali. So this sutram, I know we're not doing Vyakaranam, but we have it is in our document. Even this Ramayanam Padacheda, you should be able to do now with the help of the same document that you did the Padacheda in the Gita. Of course, here there might be one or two more sutras that you might need. But if they are, please post and we will discuss those. So keep on practicing your Padanta Sandhi in Ramayanam also, or anything else that you read. Keep on practicing the Padanta Sandhi, because they are, if you can get some comfortable with them, that'll be very useful. So the sutram is etat tadoho sulopo akoranyang samase hali. So etad and tad take the sulopa, means the saha and esha, they lose their visarga followed by any hal letter. Not only the bho bhago gho apurvasya yoshi, not only a ash letter, but any hal letter. follows. So that is why that visarga has dropped over there. Actually, it's a sulop, I should say, which is that pratyaya su has gone away. Anyway, so the Padacheda is Saha Jagama. Simple sentence is that start with the Tingantam Padam Jagama. So, what is Jagama? This is like Dhritarashtra Vacha. Look at that ending That ending So this ending is in the Parasmay Padam, in the lit lakara. Lit lakara is paroksha lit. So only you have to think of only third person. For the most part in lit is only third person. That's very, very useful. When you say lit, it's only third person because the paroksha lit, because the speaker did not experience the action. This is probably done once upon a time. That is the paroksha lit. And in the lit lakara, the first three affixes in Parasyapadam, Parasyapadanam, Sutra number 3482, null, atus, us, becomes null, atus, and us. Null means chutu, halantyam, o. So this o ending is without going through all the rules over here, this o ending, you remember this one. In Bhagavad Gita, in the first chapter itself, you get to see all three of them. First one, of course, Dhritarashtra Uvacha, very first one, Uvacha. So the o ending is there. That's the Pratham Purusha Ekavachanam. Then, Tata Shvetair Hayar Yukte Mahatisyandane Sthitau Madhava Pandavaschaiva Divyau Shankau Padadmatuhu. Atus ending is the Madhava Pandavaschaiva. So Sri Krishna and Sri Arjuna, they blew their two conches. And then Shankha and Dadma Pruthak is a little bit below. All the warriors blew respective conches. So you see the ending atus, and us. You remember these three, we are very, very useful because lit lakara is very, very common in the Itihasa Grantha, like Ramayanam, the Mahabharatam. Lit is very common. So remember the ending. And the dhatu, and you can probably guess dhatu is gum over here. You can probably make a good guess at that. Only thing that's happened is you see the abhyasa, the jagama. Simple rule is that in the abhyasa, a consonant can remain only if it's the first member. So when you say gum, when it comes to an abhyasa, the makara goes away because it's not the first member. So second thing is that the ka varga becomes, the ka varga becomes cha varga, correct. So the ga becomes ja. So ja abhyasa checks out. The abhyasa rules are only 4 or 5 rules at the end, around 4 in the 7.4 of Ashtadhyayi, around 60, around 7.460, around there. There are 4 or 5 rules which will pay great bang for the buck. So these rules, I just gave you 2 of them, which is that in abhyasa, a consonant can stay only if it's the first member. Second thing is that the ka varga and the hakara also becomes cha varga. So ja, gama. Only one thing remaining is the vriddhi of the middle akara there. Gum becomes gama. That's a special rule which atopadhayaha. But anyway, even if you don't know that rule, it's okay. You can make a good guess that dhatu is jagama. Dhatu is gum. And jagama means he went. He, she, it went. So he went. Now where did he go? So for saha is, look at the prior shloka. Bharataha is naichad rajyam, was the prior sentence. Then saha jagama means saha bharataha eva. Bharataha eva. So because look at the connection, look at the anvaya from the prior shloka. I mentioned to you again in the first half is don't leave any pronoun or any adjective till you find out who is behind it. At least keep it pending in your mind. You need to know who that saha is. So, saha bharataha is, and then vanam jagama, he went to the forest. And viraha, who was, virya yuktaha, who was powerful, who was heroic. Then Rama pada prasadakaha. It's interesting usage now. Rama pada prasadakaha is the prathama ekavachanam, is qualifying bharataha clearly. And Rama pada is clearly Rama is, and then pada is his feet. And prasadakaha dhatu sad. Prasad is to be pleased, gracious. Also prasad means to also be clean. So like prasannam jalam. But when you make a causative form of that, prasadayati, means he seeks his grace or propitiates somebody. Now at this point what we can do is, this is a samasa form. Samasa form, So this actually I want to open up to the class, but it's a little bit slightly difficult form. Let me just read the commentary to you, what the various commentators say. The first commentary, I shouldn't say first commentary, but the Tilaka commentary, which is the most regarded commentary, says the following. Rama Pada Prasadakaha is Pujyam Ramam Prasadayitum Vanam Jagama. It says Pujyam Rama. So now how do you get that? He says Pada Shabdaha Pujyavachi. These commentaries are very beautiful. This is a lost treasure of India, is these commentaries. There's some fantastic commentaries, great knowledge, wisdom is included in these commentaries. But people only pick up English books nowadays. So this great treasure is becoming extinct. So how beautifully they describe all these things. And things like Ramayanam, Gita, they have many, many, many commentaries. So if you can get these commentaries, always keep them and, appreciate them whatever you can. It says, Pada Shabdaha Pujyavachi. So interesting. You refer to the feet of the person as a mark of respect. You can say like Bhagavat Padaha, Acharya Padaha, Acharya Charanaha. So these are usages that are kind of idiomatic in this language. You refer to somebody's feet as a mark of respect. So it's almost become like Pujya Ramaha. So the Rama Padaha is just a mark of respect. That ending Pada or Charana is added just as a mark of respect for that. So that is what he says. Next commentator says, Ramasya Padau Prasadayati Saha. So he's saying the Prasadakaha as this Prasadakaha. Interesting. I know not to go too much Panini, but like for example, when you say, Karakaha, Harakaha, Dayakaha, Gayakaha, these are all create agent nouns. Gayakaha is a singer, So Prasadakaha could be one who propitiates, one who seeks the grace. So this says that Ramasya Pado Prasadayati Saha. So Prasadakaha. Also you can see so this ending term is one who seeks the grace of the Rama's feet. Could be another meaning of that. Second meaning we got. And then how did the first commentator say is Ramasya? So Pujyam Ramam Prasadayitum, in order to propitiate Rama. Because if you just look at the agent noun here, become the propitiator of Rama's feet. That's one meaning possible. Now here I want to mention, and actually I think one of the commentators, the next one, actually mentioned the sutram. This Govinda Raja commentary. He gives more grammar. He says, Tumunnulau kriyayam kriyarthayam iti nul pratyaha. It says, Pujyam Ramam Prasadayitum ityartaha. So when the commentator gives a sutram, it's always good to see what he's talking about. And this one is the Tumun pratyaya is very, very common. Like Ramam Drashtum Agacchati, Ramam Pujayitum Tatra Tishtati. So this Tumun pratyaya, in order to do something. So there is a kriya, the kriya is there. So there is one kriya being done for some other kriya. And so for example, Bhoktum Agacchati. He comes to eat. So that Dhatu Bhuj will take the pratyaya Tumun. Because the kriya is there. The agam kriya, the action of coming. He's coming to eat. So that eating kriya has for it a kriya. Kriya means one kriya done for the sake of another kriya. It is an action which is done for the sake of another action. That is the agam action. The action of coming is being done for the sake of eating. And that is when that eating action takes the tumun. And that sutram is, but it's not, which is tumun is very common thing we all know. We all know, right? But besides tumun, also pratyaya nul also is used. So that's what his commentator is saying. So see tumun nulo kriyayam kriyarthayam. So when you have a kriya which is done for the sake of another kriya, so that means so we say bhoktum agacchati, drashtum agacchati. You can say agacchati darshakaha. Instead of drashtum agacchati, he comes to see. So said agacchati darshakaha. It's a much less common form. Much less common form than the drashtum agacchati. But the same sutram says tumun nulau. The nul, what happens is that this wu becomes aka by 711. You were an akau. So this nul is really aka. This aka can be used in the same meaning as a tumun is used. So that's how, if you know a little bit of grammar, in fact in this case he gives the sutram also directly, is given to you. But so what the meaning then would become, if you look at the shloka again, is that he comes. So he went, Bharata went to the forest. Bharata, who was heroic, he went to the forest to seek the grace of Rama's feet, or to propitiate the venerable Rama. Ramapada, it says Pujyam Ramam Prasadayatum Jagama. One more thing that you can do, by the way, is we can learn to read the commentaries. It is a difficult word like this one, slightly difficult word. Then what you can do is that you can just take what the commentator is giving you and accept that. So you can replace this Ramapada Prasadakaha. We replace that with this, what has been given here is Pujyam Ramam Prasadayitum. And then, you can go ahead so that you can accept that, Ramapada Prasadaka equals Pujyam Ramam Prasadayitum Jagama. So he came. So this is the sutram which I just told you. The Tumunvilo Kriyayam Kriyarthayam. That is the one that they are using here. So in this instance, Tumun is a much more common form. We can replace it like that and make it like that. And this pada can be the actual feet of Rama. It can be Pujata. So Pujya Rama is what they're doing. So this is the so when you say Ramasya Padau Pujata, it means Pujyam Ramam. It means that's this idiomatic meaning. Okay, let us see who wants to take the translation now. Then let me stack these pages because the translation is on the next page. So let me see if I can stack these like that. If I can give both of them in. This is very straightforward. Shouldn't be very difficult. Let's see. We can keep it like that maybe. Okay, let me take this. Take him down. Okay, let's try that. Let me try this. Maybe this might work. Okay, we are taking it from here to here now. So what I'll do is I'll give you one word and see if you can translate into, pick out the Sanskritam word. Okay, who wants to try this? Karthik, Ravi. Let's Vasu try. Vasu is correct. Yes. Vasu?
Satish, yeah.
Okay, Vasu will do the next one. Okay, so he, what is the word for he?
Sa.
Saha.
Saha.
Saha. Then proceeded.
Jagama.
Jagama. Dhatu gam lit lakaraha. Then to the forest.
Vanam.
Vanam. Now comes the compound word. In order to please.
Pada Prasadaka.
Only prasadaka.
Prasadaka.
Prasadaka is prasadayitum. Prasadakaha equals prasadayitum. Prasadayitum. And the venerable Rama.
Veeraha Rama.
No, Ramapada.
Ramapada.
Okay, now Gita Press may have forgotten that word. Veera. Have the word Veeraha is there or not there? Did they forget Veeraha? Once in a while Gita Press forgets one word. Let's see, is in the prior shloka by any chance? It was very powerful. Mahabalaha is there. It's very powerful. We already have that. Okay, I think they forgot the word Veeraha. Okay. So Bharataha, who was, powerful or heroic.
So it follows Bharata.
So it should be with it should be Samajikaran with Saha Bharataha. Okay, they forgot the word. So once in a while Gita Press, has forgotten the word. I think they've forgotten. Looks like they've forgotten the word Veeraha in this shloka. Okay, good. So simple word, simple sentence. So the next one we're taking is from, and even if you don't get all the words, take whatever you can and keep on going. If you read Ramayanam like this, your knowledge will grow tremendously. Even without knowing, you will get a feel for the words. Even if you may not know the word Jagama. But Jagama means he went. Uvacha means he said. Babuva means he was. So you can get a feel. All is ending in Then you get a feel for that, Chukopa means he became angry. So then you get used to them. Okay, the next one is taking the number 35. Shloka has been taken on its own. We can see here. On its own takes 35. So let's try 35. Gatva tussa mahatmanam ramam satya parakramam ayachad bhrataram ramam arya bhava puraskrataha. So even if you don't know anything, simply read the shloka loudly, clearly. Read the translation. And whatever you can connect, you try to connect. That itself will be a great tapas. Great tapas. So, and every pass you make, you will get more and more and more. Okay. So, gatva tu samahatmanam ramam satya parakramam ayachat bhrataram ramam arya bhava puraskritaha. Let's see, Kartik is there. Let me see if you can help us out with this one. Give him, then we give. Kartik is there?
Yes, sir. Speaking.
So what is the Tingantam Padam here?
Ayachad.
Ayachad. What lakara is there?
It's a lung lakara.
Lung lakara. Because you see the adagama over here in the beginning here is the lung, lung, rung, shodadataha. Only 3 lakaras take the adagama. The lung, lung, and rung. In the lung, there's a seer which comes in there, which is very, very rare. So you'll almost never see that. Left are only lung and lung. Between these two, if you want to keep it simple, try the lakara form is yachate. Yacha is the angam. The same angam you have here is going to be lung lakara. Without going through too many rules, if you see the gana vikaranam in this form, it's going to be lung. Otherwise, it's going to be lung. So ayachat. Only thing which is strange here is that mostly the dhatu yach is a atmanepadi dhatu. I have not seen too many places because normally it's yachate. In fact, let's check in dhatu patha. With the dhatu yach is going to be, actually this commentator Govinda Raja actually claims that this dhatu is ubhayapadi. So Govinda Raja says that swarita itvat ubhayapadi dhatu is what he says. So swarita ita, so when you have a swarita it, that makes a dhatu ubhayapadi. So I don't know about that, but for the most of my knowledge, this dhatu is not ubhayapadi. But we'll check. And what Govinda Raja is saying is that, very quickly, again, not to do too much Panini in this class, but what is the comment? See, this is the one thing about the, there's a question from Radha. Yeah, this question, yeah, this is what we're talking about, is the pada vyavastha of this one. Is one thing about Panini is, as I mentioned to you, is that, see, if you don't know Panini, so the terminology, the jargon, the Paninian jargon, you cannot read the commentaries too much, you know. So look at this, what his commentary is trying to say. He's saying, you know, yachehe dvikarmakatvat swaritaitvat ubhayapadi. So what in the world is talking about? Swaritaitvat, what is that? So if you are not familiar with any Paninian jargon, then this is out of bounds for us. We cannot, it's very frustrating because they make all these subtle points in the Paninian jargon. So even if you know enough to at least look up some things, you know, that'll be nice. So what he's saying is that because this dhatu has a swarita it in the dhatu patha, the it letter in dhatu patha has a swarita swara, and that makes it ubhayapadi. So in the Ashtadhyayi, only a single para of Ashtadhyayi 1.3, Panini devotes to the pada vyavastha. And Panini starts with this anudatta nyata atmanepadam. If the it is anudatta, it's atmanepadam dhatu. And very rough outline for you. And 1378, finally Panini says, Sheshat Kartari Parasmapadam. So any dhatu, if not mentioned otherwise, will take Parasmapada endings only. In Kartari, the passive is always Atmanepadam. Remember that one rule in this language is the passive forms are always Atmanepadi forms because of Bhava Karmanoho, 1313. So only in the active form, which is what we have right now, only in the active form you have a question, which should take Parasmapadam or Atmanepadam endings. And then in between here somewhere, there is this sutram which says the Swarita Nyitaha Kartravipraye Kriya Phale. So dhatu is Swarita it, or this Chavarga Panchama, this nya is an it. Then if the action, fruit of the action accrues to the doer, which we discussed earlier, this rule is not followed so much, it can take Atmanepadi endings, which basically becomes Ubhayapadi. If a dhatu has swarita it becomes ubhayapadi. So now Govinda Raja is saying that it is ubhayapadi dhatu. But I don't remember seeing any ubhayapadi form with this dhatu. Let me just check with the dhatu vritti. What dhatu vritti says, you know. The dhatu vritti is also supposed to confirm from us. So tu yachru yanchayam. Okay, so on page 278 of the dhatu vritti edition of the Ramlal Kapoor Trust It's a very good dhatu vritti edition, almost typo free. And okay, it is Ubhayapadi. Okay, so Govindaraj is right. I take it back. So it is Ubhayapadi. Okay. So, but I had not seen the Atmanipadi forms. I mean the Prasnapadi forms so much. But he is right. So this is what I mean. The commentators, even the so-called, I shouldn't say worst commentator, but even the commentators which are not that famous, their level of knowledge is probably better than ours. So it doesn't mean you have to accept everything that they say, but you can always check. But he will not make a wrong statement like that. He says Swarita itvat ubhayapadi. Okay, so that's it's ubhayapadi dhatu. So as Karthik said, this what Karthik, what pada is this? Atmanipada Parasmaya, which one is it?
This is Parasmaya.
What sutram lost the e of?
Itascha.
Itascha is in the Prasnapadam, so dhatu, if the lakara has no as an it, the kavarga panchama. So lung, ling, lung, rung. Then the ending e drops. So the ending was tip, tip, the g, so that the e has dropped, become aya, chad. So that's our anchor point now. That's the anchor for the shloka. That is the kriya. So somebody is requesting something from someone maybe. So who is the karta of this, Karthik?
Saha, it's Bharataha.
Saha, and he has one visheshanam for Saha Bharataha. And what's the visheshanam for him?
Arya Bhava Puraskritaha.
Arya Bhava Puraskritaha. We'll come to that in a second. And then who is he requesting?
Ramam.
Ramam, Bhrataram. There are two Ramams, by the way. Now, what is the second? What is the first? This is what they call this potentially, which we don't have here, is the Punarukti Dosha. Punarukti Dosha means redundancy, repetition, unnecessary repetition. Is that what's happening here?
I think it's because of the Dvikarmaka. One is he's asking from Rama, and the other is asking Rama to come. So
could be what any other possibility? Anything in the class? So the second one, Karthik, I would say, if you say Ramasya Punaragamanam Ayachata, it would have been.
I think it's the first Ramam goes with Gatwa. He goes to Rama.
Right. The first Ramam goes with Gatwa. He is having gone to Rama. He requested him, Rama. So that's the two Ramas are equal because there are two different dhatus here. One is Gam, one is Yach. There are two times this, I think one of the commentators says that also, I think. Let me see, quickly I can look it up. Okay, this is what it says. See, it says, Kriya Bhedat Rama Shabdasya Na Punaruktata. Again, it's also Govindaraja. It says, Kriya Bhedat, because there are two verbs. One is Gam and one is Yach. So Kriya Bhedat, because a different connection with different dhatus. Kriya Bhedat Rama Shabdasya Na Punaruktata. So this repetition, redundancy is not there because it's a different verb. So these commentaries are very useful and it's not very difficult to read. In fact, this Ramayanam commentary mostly we can read. If you're showing less familiar, the Vedas is difficult, but commentator's job is to make it easy for you. He's not going to introduce difficult terms because his job is to make it easy for you. So anyway, so as Karthik said, it is that having approached Rama, the Mahatman, what kind of compound is that?
Mahatman is Karmadharaya?
It will be Bahuvri compound.
Bahuvri.
So Maha Atma Yasya Saha.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, Mahan Atma Yasya Saha. Mahan Atma. The Mahat becomes Maha in a compound, means Samadhikarana is a special rule in 6.3 for that. Let's not go there. If you want to look up 6.3, you'll find a rule over there where Mahat becomes like Mahatma. So Mahatmanam is, what's the Prajabadikam here, Karthik?
Atman. Mahatman.
So Mahatmanam is Dvitiya Ekvachanam, qualifying Ramam. So having approached the high soul Ramaha, Satya Parakramam. So this is also probably going to be a Bahuvri. So Satya Amogha Parakramaha Yasya Saha, whose valor was faultless, Alangya Virya. So whose valor could not be, was always unfailing valor. Satya Parakamam. And then Ayachad Bhrataram Ramam, he, having approached him, he requested his brother Rama. Now here comes Arya Bhava Puraskritaha. Okay, now this is interesting one now. Puraskritaha is qualifying Bharata. This is the Prathama Ekvachanam Ramavat. Arya Bhava Puraskrita is the Pratipadikam. Now, if you look at the comments, they're giving various interpretations are being given here. The first commentator, he says, Arye Rame Saptami Tatpurushaha Bhavaha equals Parapriti Puraskrita equals Prakati Krita Yena. So one who had expressed Prakati Krita. Puraskrita means to put in front. Okay, Puras is in front. A Puraskara. When you put somebody, when you honor somebody, Puraskara is like an honor. So so Puraskara is also like, yeah, something of an honor. So Puraskrita is put in front. So, or one who shows high regard for. But here it says Puraskrita is Prakati Krita, means who had put in front, means who has expressed. Expressed what? Is Arya equals Rame. Bhava equals Parapriti. The one who had expressed great love for Rama. That's the first interpretation we got. Second thing it says, Aryasya Bhavaha is noble sentiment. Puraskritam Yena. So one who had high regard for the noble sentiment. Be another one. And another commentator, he says, Puraskritaha Arya Bhavaha Yena Saha. The one problem with that now is that, in grammatical wise, is that generally this Nishtha Pratyaha, it goes first in a Bahuvrihi. In a Bahuvrihi compound. Like Chita Prajnasya Ka Bhasha Bhagavad Gita, right? Gata Sangasya Muktasya Bhagavad Gita. Gata Sangasya Mukta, Gata Sangaha, Chita Prajnaha, Nashta Buddhihi, you know, so Hatadhihi. So all these you notice that Nishtha Pratyaya is, you know, Purum Nipatyate. It goes in the biggest, it becomes the Pura Padam. But then how can we justify this Arya Bhava Puraskritaha? It should be Puraskrita Arya Bhavaha. In fact, one commentator even gives a note for that. He even says that, he says, Ahitagni Aditvat Paranipataha. Again, if you don't know any Panini, if you read this thing, it's going to sound like, you know, what is he talking about? It says, Ahit Agni Aditvat Paranipataha. So what he's saying is that even though in the Bahuvrihi, there's Panini a sutram called Bahuvrihi. I'm sorry, sutram called Nishtha. It comes in two places in Ashtadhyayi. And one place Panini clearly says that if it's Nishthantam Padam, it should become the Pura Padam. So this is the one where Panini says Nishtha. This one right here. It says Saptami Visheshana Bahuvriha. It says Purvam. So this should go first. Nishtha should go first. But then the next sutra says, wow, Ahitagni Adishu. There's a Gana of words in which it can go first or second. So that's what this commentator is saying, is that on the basis of this Sutram 2-37, this usage in Ramayanam has placed this Puraskrita as second. Even though the Vigraha Vakyam that he is giving is that, you know, Puraskritaha Arya Bhavaha Yena Saha is one who has placed in front, means given importance. One who is given importance to or high regard for the Aryasya Bhava is the noble sentiment. All sentiment, Arya could be, you know, is his elder. The interesting is the Arya Shabda, interesting Shabda, by the way. Arya is Artum Yogya Arya. It is the potential participle of Dhatu Ru. Dhatu Ru means to go to. He is fit to be gone to. So one who's fit to be approached for advice or help. And I don't know, these might be the Ayers of South India. The Ayers, those might be Aryas, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know much about Tamil, but I think the Arya might be the Ayers. So Arya Bhavaha Puraskritaha means Aryasya Bhavaha, means the noble sense. Could also be elder brother, Arya. So one who had expressed, one who had given importance to the sentiment towards the elder brother, or the noble sentiment. So this whole thing is qualifying the So the few different ways which we saw. This is the way they think with compounds. This is an art form. It's not black and white, So one commentator gave Arya Bhavaha, is his sentiment towards his elder brother. One says Aryasya Bhavaha, the sentiment of a noble person, And then Puraskritaha, one fellow says Prakatikritaha. One says Puraskritaha means that, he give importance to that. So the different ways. So now, there's one more interpretation that he gives. Is Arya Bhavena Puraskritaha. Is Bharata. So if we had, with Bahuvri, we had the problem that this one really should have gone first. Unless you want to invoke this Ahita Agni Sutra. But normally Nishtha goes first. Then, okay, then Govinda says, okay, then let's do that. He says, Yadva, or Arya Bhavena, Swasya Arya Bhavena Puraskritaha. Lakshmanaha was respected, was honored on account of his noble sentiment. So this Puraskritaha could then qualify Bharata himself directly. So make it Satpurusha is making it then. Because he's not happy with the fact it came second. So he said, let's forget about the Bahuvri. Make a Tatpurusha out of it. So he himself, rather than saying, Aryasya Bhavaha Puraskritaha Yena Saha, so one who had given importance to the noble sentiment, we can say that he himself was important, was respected, was honored on account of his noble sentiment. So Puraskritaha will now qualify Bharata himself, not the Bhavaha anymore. So there are three ways you can interpret this compound. Of course, we'll see what Gita Press has taken. Did we get everything? I think we got it. So Gatva, okay, now let's talk about Gatva. We've done this a few times. Is that Samana Kritika Yoha Purva Kale. Is when you have Samana Karta doing two actions, the Tva Pratyaya used with the prior action. Of course, the Tva becomes Lyap when it's in a Samasaha. So, like we say, because what? Sangamya. Because you use Sam, it becomes Sangamya. It will become Ya, not Gatva. Of course, the Gatva, the Nakar of Gam the Makar of Gam has dropped in Gatva. That's because 6437, Sutram 6437 for that. Okay, so who's Samana Karta is Bharataha. So when you see the Tva Pratyaya, always ask two questions immediately. Who is Samana Karta? Who is Samana Karta? Or Tva Kartri? And what is his or her second action? Uttaravartini Kriya. So here clearly it's Bharataha. And his second Kriya is Yach or Yachat. Okay, let's see. Vasudha, I want to take the last one. Thank you, Karthik. We'll get you back on this one. Vasudha, actually, I'll give her a chance now. Vasudha, are you there?
Namaste, Satishji.
Okay, let's try this one, Vasudha. So, approaching.
Gatva.
Gatva. The high-souled.
Mahatmanam.
Mahatmanam. Rama. Ramam. Of unfailing prowess.
Unfailing prowess. Satya Parakramam.
Satya Parakramam. So, Amogha Parakrama, yes, Bahuvri compound. Bharataha.
Bharataha.
We don't have Bharata. We have Bhrataram.
Bhrataram.
No, Bhrataram is brother. Bharata is Saha. This Saha over here.
Okay, Saha.
Saha Bharataha. So, Bhrataram is Dvitiya Ekavachanam. That will be the karma. So, this is the karta, Saha. Prathama Ekavachanam. So, Bharataha, Saha Bharataha. Rich in noble sentiments.
Rich in, okay. Arya Bhava, noble sentiments.
Yeah, noble. Arya Bhava. Puraskritaha.
Arya Bhava Puraskritaha.
So the thing rich in they have taken. So one who had expressed, I guess, or one who had given importance to. So Arya Bhava, so Arya is the noble, so Aryasya Bhavaha. So this is, I think, they're taking the Bahuvri meaning. So Aryasya Bhavaha Puraskritaha Yena Saha. One who had put in front, one who had, given importance to or shown, is one who was full of noble sentiment. So Arya Bhava Puraskritaha. Actually. I think it's the word tu.
Tu, okay.
Yeah, sometimes translated like that. Tu is actually.
Okay.
It's a sakshat. Actually, that that's the way they translate that. But the important, they don't leave any word out. That's the good thing with translation. They don't leave anything out. So, implored.
Implored. Okay. Abravit.
No, that's the next shloka. This shloka we want.
Where I'm getting, okay, implode. Ayachata. Yeah, this Ayachata. Ayachata.
His brother.
His brother.
Bhrataram. So, Bhratru Pratipadikam. Any chance you know sutram for that, Vasudha? How Bhratru became Bhrataram?
Bhratu becomes, no, I don't know.
Okay, it's okay. What has taken his guna has happened here, right?
Bhatru, Rukara, okay, Ar become Iktaken.
It is taken guna.
True.
So what has happened is that in the Mi Savanama Sthana Yoho, if you have a Prajapati ending in Ru, in that case, and followed by the Saptami Ekvachanam or the Savanama Sthanam, it takes guna. Yuto Ni Savanama Sthana Yoho. And so Bhrataram is Dvitya Ekvachanam or Bhratru Pratipadikam. Good. Thank you. So we got that. That's in 7.3. Yuto Ni Savanama Sthana Yoho. That Bhrataram is the Dvitya Ekvachanam of Bhratru Pratipadikam. That is, I think, 7.3, I think 1.10. I know I keep saying we won't do Pani Sutra, but it's too tempting for me to mention these rules. So 7.3, 1.10 is how it is. Bhratru became Bhrataram. Okay, now let's take the next one. They're taking up to where? He addressed the following words. Okay. So, Ram, let me alone with ruler since you know what is right. Okay, let's try that. It says, Tameva Raja Dharmanya iti Ramam Vacho Bravi. That's all they're taking right now. Only the Ardha Shloka. Is Tameva Raja Dharmanya iti Ramam Vacho Bravi. Okay, let's try that. So, Tvam Eva Raja. Tvam Eva Raja Dharmanya iti Ramam Vacho Bravit. What is the one thing you notice in terms of sandhi? Anybody in the class? Sandhi. Okay, let's say Karthik. Let's see, what is the sandhi situation that we? Yes, Karthik.
The Dharmajna and iti, the vowel sandhi has not taken place.
Ad gunaha. Okay, now this is one thing, by the way, is that in the Bhagavad Gita is very good sandhi wise. But in between two padas of a shloka, see, Tam eva raja dharmajna, 8 syllables, right? 8, so it's hey dharmajna. Because otherwise what will it become? Dharmajna. Now what is there a possibility, Karthik? What do you think?
Raja and Dharma, no, I don't think it is a possibility.
Why not? Raja is Prathama.
Raja can go with Dharmajna.
So it could be Dharmajna.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have to be Hey Dharmajna.
Yeah, it can be. It can go with Raja.
Then if you want to preserve the sandhi, it should be Hey to Tameva Raja Dharmajna. I think that will work. Is that because this is like the Dhritarashtra Vacha? What are the rules over there? Quickly, Dharmajnas plus iti.
Sasajushoruhu.
Yes.
And then bho bhago agho apurvasya yoshi.
Lopasha. Very good. So Karthik's got the sandhi rules down. If you teach somebody Karthik, teach somebody the sandhi rules. There you got them down pretty well now. That's very good. So dharmajna iti dharmajnaha iti. So the thing I'm trying to train you is that, and good, Karthik is right, is that if you see this naked vowel not combining with the prior element, immediately stop. Something has happened here. It could be either Echoyava Sandhi followed by Lopa Shakalyasya. It could be that Visarga Sandhi, the Bhava Purvasya Yoshi, followed by Lopa Shakalyasya. Could have been Dharmajnyaha, could have been Dharmajnye. Would have been the same form, which I think Vasu asked earlier the question earlier in the class. Could have been Dharmajnye. Quickly, Gita examples. Of course, the very first, is Dhritarashtra Vacha, right? Any of the Vacha will get this sandhi, right? So, Dhritarashtra Vacha, so Dhritarashtraha Vacha. There the U is naked. So that means immediately stop. Why is the U naked like that, Kasmat sandhikaram nukritam atra. Iti prashtavyam eva. You have to ask the question, why this U has not combined with this adgunaha? Because as we know, because lopa shakulyas iti sutrena yakara lopaha tasya asiddhatvat ad gunah sutram na pravartate. So that's the reason why. That's one example. The other example, just one possibility, could have been a visarga sandhi happening like that. Other example, I think which Vasu was asking today, was if we take the chapter 10, Yesham Lok, also chapter 3 also, is the, here, how about this one? Madbhava manasa jata yesham loka imaha prajaha. Is loke imaha prajaha. So this is the echo yavayava sandhi, echo yavayavaha. Again, but then the same thing, lopa shakalya, and then no adgunaha. So there are two possibilities. Could have been echo yavayavaha, could have been the bhobhavo purvasya yoshi, so visarga sandhi. Or possibility number 3, Visandhi dosha. There may be no sandhi being done over here. How about chapter number 12 of Gita? Just look at, so that's a third possibility, is why that vowel may be sitting like that without combining with the prior element. Gita also has 1 or 2 places where sandhi has not been done properly. I shouldn't say that, but under Panini rules, sandhi should have been done. If you chant something like Devi Mahatmyam or something like that, there are many more violations. So please get used to that. Between 2 padas of a shloka particularly, the sandhi will not be done. I think it is here. His example is here. How about this one? Nivasishyasi manyeva ata urdhvanna samshayaha. It's ataha urdhvam. So this is fine because this is the bhobhagho purvasya yoshi lopa shakal. So this one is fine. This is like the Tarashtra. But how about this one? Nivasishyasi mayi eva. There's no visarga here. There's no ekara over here. And between this mayyeva ata should be mayyeva ata. So this has not been done. So this is a Gita example of shloka number 8, chapter 12, where the akastamani dirgha, the ekadesha has not been done. So that, and again same thing between 2 padas, right? Because niva sishya si mayyeva, that's 8 syllables. So after 8 syllables, you have this situation where this, of course, just to protect the meter, but that is the. What's the question? Yes,
Satish ji.
Yes.
I am guessing here, in the case of poetry, because they could stop at the end of every pada, there is no samhitayam maybe.
The samhitayam only stops over here, Vasu. Samhitayam is only here, it stops only danda stops samhitayam.
If there is an intention,
it's like a gray area. It's like a gray area where
see, if there are 4 padas to the verse.
Yes, I know there is a kind of the yati. There's kind of a stop point is there. There is a stop point, but still. This is one shloka which is popular. Okay, let me read the shloka to you. Samhita aikapade nitya means that samhitayam is nityam in ekapade. A single padam, samhita nityam. Nitya dhatu upasargayoho. Between dhatu and upasarga, samhita is nityam. Okay. Then it says that the nitya samase. In a samasa samhita nityam, but vakye tu sa vivaksham apekshate. In a vakyam.
So that is the loophole they are using then.
That is the loophole. Is the vakye tu sa vivaksham apekshate. It depends on the will of the speaker. So, but as a practical point, Gita has only like 1 or 2 places like this. In the whole Gita, this is not a very good thing. But as in other texts, you see many of them. And that could have been a possibility for us right now. Right now, situation we are facing is that we have, but we don't need to, because we don't need to invoke this loophole right now. Because we have this situation where we have the Sameva Raja, we can make dharmajnaha iti. So we don't need to, but if we didn't have that option, then there's no choice. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that when you see a naked vowel, generally you have 3 possibilities. Could be Echayava Sandhi, Visarga Sandhi, which is most of the time, most of the time Visarga Sandhi. That's the most common situation. Like 90% will be that. Then there are only few situations you have the HOYAVA because that's not that common. And then I shouldn't say 90%, but whatever 80% will be the Visarga Sandhi. And maybe another 10% may be this, the HOYAVA. And then you're going to have some situations where the Sandhi has not been done. In our case, we can just do the 90%, 80% Visarga Sandhi we are done. Because this could have been either one. He dharmadnyaha tameva raja. Athava tameva raja dharmadnyaha. Could be either one of them. So yeah, so that is the situation of Samhitayam. Nitya in ekapade, in samasa, and dhatu upasarga nityam. And in the remaining cases, there is a gray area in which, and I said most of the time between two padas, because of, as Vasu made the point, there is like a small break is there, small pause. So that is the loophole for Samhitayam. Okay, so let's see. Let's keep it according to Panini rules. So tam eva raja dharmajnyaha iti ramam vacho bravi. Let's bring Ravi to help us now. Let's see. He's listening. I know Ravi knows all this stuff. Ravi?
Yes, Satish.
So where does the quotation begin? Iti ends the quotation.
So tvameva raja dharmajnyaha.
That is the whole thing in the quotation.
Yes.
So because the iti only ends the quotation, you don't know where it begins. It could be only one letter, it could be the whole book also. So tam eva raja dharmajnyaha. So you want to the vibhakti for us. Tam is of course pratama ekvachanam, right? Yushvat pratipadikam. Eva is avyaya, raja is pratama ekvachanam, dharmajnyaha. Rajan pratipadikam, correct? Raja. And then dharmajnyaha is pratama ekvachanam. So dharmam janati dharmajnyaha. So that is the Sutra of Panini, Atonopasarge Kaha. Pratyaya Ka has been used, the R drops, give the number for you. As it's too tempting for me to hold back the sutras, but so it is, I think, 3-2. Really is my contribution to the class is to give the sutras, so to think in Ashtadhyayi terms, all the time. Is 3-2 in the below Karmanyan, it says, this is the one, 3-2-3. Aton upasarge kaha. If you have dhatu ending in long a, dhatu nya is there. Anupasarge, upasarga is not there. Then you ka pratyaju, rashak vatadite, only a remains. Then by 6-4-6-4, the a drops. Aton upiticha, dharmajnyaha. Okay. Now Ramam vacho bravit. So Ramam is what, Vibhakti Ravi?
It is accusative.
Ditya ekvachanam.
Ditya ekvachanam.
So it's a fixed piece. How about vachas? What is that?
Vachas, vachaha, vachasi, vachamsi.
So it could be prathama dvitiya ekavachanam.
Yes.
So then which one is it here?
It is prathama ekavachanam.
Dvitiya ekavachanam. Because prathama is bharataha.
Right, okay.
So bharataha abravit, ramam vachaha. So this vachaha is really, this whole clause, tameva raja dharmanya iti, that whole thing is really an adjective to vachaha. Is he said to Rama, and then the quotation, you alone are the king, the knower of dharma. This is what he said. Notice one thing, by the way, is that dhatu bru has taken two objects, Ramam and vachaha. Like I said this to him. In this entire language, there are only 16 dhatus, 12 plus 4, and the synonyms which can do this. Dhatu bru is one of them. It's in the Paniniya Sutram called Akatitancha, very strange Sutram, Akatitamcha. And in that Vyakhyanam, you'll find the 16 dhatus. Not anybody cannot do this. It's only those 16. And it's 12 plus 4. Because 12 plus 4, because in the passive forms, the 12 behave differently than the 4. That's why 12 plus 4. But anyway, right now we are not doing a passive form, but it is this one, Akatitamcha, 1451. Panini gives these, not Panini, but Patanjali gives in the Vyakhyanam 16 dhatus, and Bru is one of them. So he said, which is the Pradhana Karma, Ravi? Pradhana Karma is that which cannot take another Vibhakti. Dvitiya only has to take. Which one of these could have taken another Vibhakti? And what would that be? We'll try that. Here we have two karmas here, Vachas and Rama. Now one is Pradhana, one is Gauna. Primary, secondary object. And the Pradhana karma will have to take Dvitiya only. Cannot take anything else. And the other one can take another Vibhakti. So what could that be, Ravi? Ravi, you there?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Because see, she could have said Ramaya, but Vachas has no other choice. You couldn't say Vachase, Vachasi, no choice. So he said these words. That's the primary thing, is that he said these words. Now who he said to is secondary. Because what defines the karma is kartuhu ipshita tamam karma. Kartuhu ipshita tamam karma. So what is his primary object in this saying is to say these words. The saying to Rama, who he said them to, is a little bit one step removed. He said these words, and then to Rama. And Rama could say Ramaya, you could have said also. But Vachas cannot take it in the vibhakti. So Vachas is the pradhana karma, and Ramam is the gauna karma, apradhana karma. Apradhana karma, and pradhana karma is Vachas. Anyway, so that's, but the only thing, notice the two objects. Notice the dhatu which to the two objects, and check in that Sutra 1.4, I think 51 it is, that it must be one of those 16 dhatus. And in fact, here also somebody, I think if you look at the commentary also, he will say that, let's see, says, I think might be it's obvious to remind. So, oh, by the way, how about this one? One of them says, He Dharmajna. Okay, so he's taking it. So one comment is saying, He Dharmajna. Okay, so then that blows our logic about all those nice Sandhi rules. And it says, Sarvaguna Shresthe Tameva Vacha. Dharmam Tameva Janasi Tameva. So other one Ramopi. Let me see what the last. No, one fellow says Dharmajna. So I think he says, okay. So one of the commentators take Dharmajna, others say Dharmajna. I think ours is better because you can at least save the Sandhi, from a problem. So and in fact here he says this Ramam Vacho Abravit Akatitam Cha iti Dvikarmakatvam. So Govinda Raja says, he gives Sutram also, he gives Akatitam Cha iti Dvikarmakatvam. Is this dhatu can take, this Dvikarmaka dhatu can take two karma, and that is why he gives Sutram also. This Govinda Raja, particularly in the beginning of Ramayanam, he gives all sutras he gives. And later on he slows down a little bit. But a lot of sutras, if you want to study some Vyakaranam, you can read this Govinda Raja's commentary. He gives a lot more sutras. Okay, let's go to the, Ravi, you can finish this one off for us, this very simple one. So let us see, what do we have? Okay, yeah. He, what is he? There's no he over here. Supply that. Addressed.
Abravit.
Abravit. The following is understood. There's one more thing. There's no word for the word following. There is the word following, like uttaroktam, nimnalikitam, but these words they don't use. Sanskritam, when you say he said these words, means these following words. In English they say following, but in Sanskritam the word following is not really there. It could be the iti. The following word means iti. Okay, words.
Vachaha.
To Sri Ramaha.
Ramam.
So let you
Tvam.
alone be the ruler. Okay, let's try. You is
Tvam.
Alone.
Eva.
The ruler.
Raja.
So let you be alone, probably be bhava. See, there is no verb in that inside the iti. See, inside the iti is technically a separate sentence. When you don't have a verb, you supply some form of dhatu, bhu or us or vrit, something like that. So you would normally say tameva raja asi. With the translation it says tameva raja bhava. Let you alone be the ruler. And since you have to supply that, yataha, then you know what is right.
Dharmajna.
So they have taken as prathama ekavachanam. They didn't say he dharmajna. It says, since you know, yataha bhavan dharmajnaha, tataha tameva raja bhava. You alone can be the king. And of course, thank you. So in the commentary, of course, they've given a lot of commentary on dharmajnaha. What dharma is, is that sarvaguna shresthe jeshthe sati kanishtha na rajyarha iti dharmam. Tameva janasi. So you know the dharma that when the elder brother is there, particularly elder in all qualities also, then the younger brother should not be the king. Is that even Govindaraja says that dharmanya means jyeshthe vidyamane sati na kanishtha rajyam arhati iti dharmam janan. So when the elder brother is there, so that's dharmanya means that you know the dharma, which elder brother is there, younger brother should not take the kingdom. That's the dharmanya. Okay, let's see if we can next they're taking in that indifferences. Okay, so we have to then go from here up to here. Because the word is na cha aichat. So that's the verb. Because these are all adjectives over here. Really interesting adjectives, by the way. Let's try those. Ramopi paramodaraha sumukhas sumahayashaha na chaichat pituradeshad rajyam ramo mahabalaha. One more time. Is Ramopi paramodaraha sumukhaha sumahayashaha naichat pituradeshad rajyam ramo mahabalaha. So Ramaha api paramodaraha sumukhaha sumahayashaha na cha aichat pituhu adeshat. Pituhu shashti of pitru prarpadikam. Pituradeshat. So pituhu adeshat. Rajyam Ramaha Mahabalaha. So also another exercise for you, by the way, is that any padam that you see, if it's a subantam padam, you should be able to open the Shabda Manjari and you should say this is like this word over here. Or it is not in Shabda Manjari, possible, rarely. But most of the time you should be able to open Shabda Manjari and say this is the word which is this is like Ramavat, Latavat, Athava Nadivat, Athava Kartruvat, Pitruvat. You should be able to open the page in Shabda Manjari and say this is the word which is over here. And if it is a Tingantam Padam, should be open the Dhatu Rupa Manjari and see if it is in that. So you should at least know. I mean, you may not have to open the book all the time, but at least you should know that this word I can open up and find out in the Shabda Manjari or Dhatu Manjari. So this Pitru becomes a Shashti Ekar and Pitru is Pitur. Sutram Panini is Rita Ut. Rita Ut is Panini Sutram. It comes in 6.1. So that is the Shashti Eka Vachanam. So what is the, let's see, who can we bring on here to help us out? I think Radha can do this. Maybe you want to try this? Okay. Radha, you want to try this one?
Okay, Satish.
Okay, what is the Tingantam Padam over here?
Aichat.
Aichat. And it is no Aichat, but Tingantam Padam is Aichat. What is Dhatu here?
Ish.
Very good. It's a Murdanya Shakara, the Dhatu, Ish. So Ish is Dhatu. And Aichat, what form is that?
Lang.
Lang Lakara, and it is Pratham Purusha Ekavachanam. Look at the ending again. The ta ending, Itascha, which Kartik said before, is in this Lakaras, which has as an it, that ending E drops, like Chat. Now, how about it Vriddhi? What is happening there, Radha? Can you tell us?
Yeah, it should, Vriddhi, A plus E became I.
But why not Adguna?
There is a sutra for that.
Okay, it's no problem. We had this in the one. So when you take the what we have is a dhatu ish is coming as Radha said. We have an ad agama coming here, and in the meanwhile also the ish dhatu has becoming ichha. What's sutram for that? Radha, by any chance?
That ishu gami yamam.
Yamam ishu yami gamam shaha. So that is what. Let's come to that in a second. And then the gana vikaranam is I think it's the sixth gana, tudadi gana. It's a. And then the pratyaya was tipped, it lost the E because of itascha, it becomes to. That's why 3, 1, 1, 10. Okay, so without, I think it's 3 for 100, I think. Now, only thing is that we don't have, so first of all, the ish becoming icha. What's happening there is that these three dhatus, Ishu, Yami, Gamam. So Ish, Yam, Gam. they take the chakara adesha shiti pare. So when they're in the conjugated forms, they become cha. So gam becomes gacchati, yam becomes yachati, ish becomes ichchati. This sutra is 7.3. That's number one. Second thing is that the little chakara coming over there is a tuk agamaha. Tuk agamaha is the so first of all, by the 7377 issue amigamam chaha, the mudana shakara became chakaraha, and then you got the tuk agamaha by this, I think sutram is checha. That will be 6. Right after the samhitayam section starts 6172 samhitayam. The very next rule is checha, and that says that if the chakara follows a short vowel, then it gets the tuk agamaha is checha rasvasya. So this tuk agama it takes, and then by this to shunashtu it becomes cha. So itcha. Now normally in this thilaka we get the ad agama normally. Lung lung rung shvodataha. But adajadina, the dhatu is beginning with an ach letter, and you get the ad agama. So we get adyanto takitau. It goes to the beginning of that. So by 6472, you get the ad agama. So that's how we ended up with the situation of the a, ich, the ichat. Now only question remaining is this a plus e should normally become the adgunaha. Sutram is artascha. Artascha is special sutram. Whenever this art comes, it combines with the following vowel to do a ekadesha, which is the vriddhi rekadesha. So between the a and the following letter, the vriddhi is the ekadesha. The vriddhi of the following letter is the ekadesha. Right below the vriddhi rechi, which you all know, there will be the sutram artascha. Is artascha, the sutram is said that vriddhi is, so that is the telltale sign that the ad agama has come. See the vriddhi, and that will indicate for you this ad agama, this is artascha. This is the sutram with artascha. So the art followed by the ach, then there is the pura parayoho ekadesha, which is the vriddhi of that following ach. So that is what the because the vriddhi rechi is only if h follows, but when the ad agama comes, then that whatever the ach follows, it will do. I'll read the vritti out for you in the Kashika. It says that only achi is the anuvritti for, not echi. So it says ataha paraha yo ach, achi purvo ya art, tayoho pura parayoho adachoho sthane vriddhi rekadesha bhavati. So that one was a special rule, is 6190. 6190 is what did the vriddhi for us between a and e, so that we got the form aichat. And then between the aichat, so this 6190 gave us the vriddhi rechi 6188, and this 6190 is this one. Now of course between the cha and the aichat, vriddhi rechi again. So chaichat vriddhi rechi. So cha aichat becomes chaichat vriddhi rechi. So a plus I equals I again. Okay, so now who's the karta of this?
Bharata. Okay.
It will be Ramaha.
Ramaha.
So Ramaha, who has all these adjectives, is Paramodaraha, Sumukhaha, Sumaha Yashaha, Ramaha, Mahabalaha, Pituradeshat, Rajyam Naichat. So Rajyam is the object of the Aichat, no Aichat. So Ramaha, who is all his, adjectives, did not covet the kingdom. Because Pitur Adesha, so Pitu is Shashti. Shashti means Sambandha. So make the Sambandha immediately. Don't leave the Shashti hanging around to create trouble for you. So Pituhu, and by the placement is very easy placement here. So Pituhu Adesha. So once you connect Pitu with Adesha, then the Pitu is accounted for now. You don't have to worry about it anymore. It's done. So Pitu is Shashti Ekochanam. So on account of, due to the command of his father, Adesha is a command, because of the command of his father, Ramaha did not desire the kingdom, even though he was all of these. Okay, let's look at the adjectives now. Mahabalaha. So he was very powerful. This is Bahuvrihi. Mahad Balam Yasya Saha. So he was very capable of ruling the kingdom. He could have easily taken it also. Mahabalaha. So Samarthyavan api. So he had the ability to take it. Then Ramaha api. So this is Rama is an adjective to Ramaha. So Ramaha is an adjective to Ramaha. So let's go to the commentator for a second. Let's see how they describe all these adjectives, all these adjectives. So he was Ramaha. So Ramaha means what? Let's see what they have said, Ramaha says, Ramaha, because you have two Ramas here. One you take Ramaha as his name. Other one you should take Ramaha as the Vyutpatti of the word, which means that one who delights people, or in whom people delight, something like that. So Ramaha api Ramayati iti Vyutpatya Sarupa Gunaihi Ashrita Chitta Ranjanas Sabhavo api. So Ashrita Chitta Ranjanas Sabhavaha. So he used to make people happy. So Bharata is coming to him, asking for the kingdom, and he is Ramaha. Ramayati iti Ramaha is what Govindaraja is saying. So then he's supposed to make Bharata happy with Rama api. So even though he is the Ramayati iti Ramaha Vyuttatya Ashrita Chitta Ranjaka Sabhavo api. That's number one. Secondly, Paramodaraha. He was very noble. Extreme Udara is noble. This is Karmadharya. So very noble. So he was very noble, so then he should respect Bharata's word. He's asking if we should give it to him. Paramodara. Then Sumukha api. So Sumukha, he says, Sumukho api is Arthi Janalabhena Prasanna Mukho api. He's very happy when he sees the person who's coming to him for help. When he helps him, his face is very, this is Bahuvrihi. Shobhana Mukham Yasya Saha. So he's Sumukha, means that he should have been happy to see Bharata get what he wants. And Sumahayashaha api is that Mahayasha is what? His fame is Sum is Ati. So Ati Mahat Yashaha Yasya Saha, who was very great. And what was his glory? What was his fame? His fame was that Nayyarthinaha Karyavashad Upetaha Kakusthavamshe Vimukhaha Prayanti. So anybody who comes with a request to one of the people of the Raghuk Vamsha, they don't go back disappointed. That was his great fame. So even though he had all these adjectives, he was Ramaha, he was supposed to make the other person happy. Paramodara is extremely noble. Then he is Sumukhaha, he's supposed to feel happy when the other person is happy. Sumahayashaha, he had this promise that nobody goes back from him without getting what they want. Tathapi naichat, still he didn't want the kingdom, because Pitura Adeshat. So that was a single reason which overruled everything else, because he had the command of his father not to accept it. So that is what, and Mahabala also he was. He could have taken it on his own also without anything, he could have just taken that. So that is, anyway, there's a lot of commentary here on all the, in fact, you can take Sumukha, is another commentator says, is that Sumukha is Adeya Padartha Yachana Shravane Pi Prasanna Vadanaha. Is Bharata asked him something which he could not give. Even then, he was Prasanna Vadanaha. So you can, you can give a lot of commentary. But that's the basic meaning, is that even though he was this, and this, he did not want the kingdom because of the command of his father. That is the meaning. And the compounds again, Ramaha, you can take, one of the meanings given, the Ramayati iti Ramaha. Then you can take Paramodara as a Bahuvrihi. Parama is, supremely noble. Sumukhaha is Bahuvrihi. Shobhana Mukham Yasya Saha. Sumahayasha Bahuvrihi. But look at this Mahayashaha. This is clearly a Bahuvrihi, because Yashas Prajapadikam. Become Yashas Yashasi Yashamsi. Become Yashaha. It's become like Vedas Shabda. Linga Parivartanam. It has changed the gender. This has to be Bahuvrihi, because it has now become like Vedas or Chandrama Shabdaha. So this has changed the gender from being neuter to masculine. So Sum is Ati. Ati Mahad Yashaha Yasya Saha. And Mahabala also Bahuvrihi. Mahad Balam Yasya Saha. Okay. Who wants to try now? Let's see who will have. Prasanna can. She's not taken any translation from us. Prasanna, are you ready?
Yes, Satish, I'll try.
Okay, let us see now. Ramaha 2. No, I'm sorry, I'm at wrong place. In deference to his father, okay, his fathers, what about their fathers?
Pituradeshat.
Only Pitu. Father is
Pitu. Okay.
To his fathers. And in deference to the decree, let's see Adeshat. Decree is Adesha, and Adeshat is on due to. That's Panchami there, is in deference to, because of, on account of. So the Panchami is giving us the meaning of in deference to is, Hetau, means on account of that. And his fathers is Pituhu, Adesha is decree. And then of course in brackets here, the boon conferring the Anvarta. Sri Ramaha. Ramaha. 2.
Api,
who was supremely magnanimous.
Paramodaraha.
And enjoyed a very great renown.
Is it Sumukaha or Sumahashaya? I'm not sure.
Sumahayasha.
Okay.
Because of very great is Ati Mahat, right? Very great.
Okay.
And renown is the Yashas. Yashas is fame, So enjoyed a very great renown. And who always wore a gracious aspect.
Sumukaha.
Did not hanker.
Nachai.
No ichat. For the kingdom.
Rajyam.
Only question now, Rama came in 2 places. Did you do justice to that in the translation?
I think second Rama, like Ramaha Mahabalaha, maybe that is going with is a Mahabala.
First of all, where is the Mahabalaha? Where is the Mahabala in the translation or not?
Oh, in the translation, supremely magnanimous.
That was Paramodara.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Paramodara is supreme magnanimous.
Okay, very great reunion.
So I think Mahabala, I don't see it again. And Gita Press doesn't make too many mistakes, Gita Press. But looks like Mahabala has been left out. I don't see it. Okay, rather the question. The Pratipadikam for Sumaha Yashas, Yasha Sumaha Yashas Pratipadikam, okay? Like Chandramas. The question has been asked is, what is Pratipadikam for Sumaha Yashaha? It's Sumaha Yashas, like Chandramas or Vedas. Okay, and the Upada Dirgha by Sutram Atvasantasya Dhatatoho. Atvasantasya Chadhatoho. Atu Asantasya Chadhatoho. So the Upada Dirgha which has taken place there is but I think Gita Press has forgotten the Mahabalaha. Not only that, the Rama Shabda coming in 2 places. So 6-4-14 is what does make it Mahayashaha. That the Atu Asant is ending in, if there is a Pradipati ending in As, and if the Prathama Vibhakti is Saupare, then the Upada becomes Dirgha, become Mahayashaha. But then, what happened to Mahabalaha? Let's see. Difference with father's decree. Okay, I guess they forgot that Mahabalaha. And then unless they're taking the Rama, there's one possibility. Maybe they take in the next shloka, the next sentence, Rama Mahabalaha maybe. Let's try that. There it is. That's what they did. Okay, so what they've done here is that rather than going to these two meanings, because Gita Press won't make too many mistakes like that, is that instead of taking 2 meanings like that for Rama and Ramaha, what they did was that they stopped the sentence here. This part, Ramo Mahabalaha, they put in the next sentence.
Okay.
Because this one, they truncated it here. Because because they had to explain the second Ramaha coming in. So Rama is adjective of Ramaha. So they didn't like that. So then they put the Ramo, and if they're truncating it here, they cannot take Mahabala back to this old sentence, So then they stopped the one here until the next one in the next sentence. So Ramo Mahabalaha, it goes to the next part of it. Okay. Then we can do. So thank you. So that's what's happening there. Thank you. So let's do this last part, then we can stop. We have 10 minutes left, I guess. Let's see. We are going up to okay, let's take up to from here to here. So we already got the Ramo Mahabalaha. So paduke chasya rajyaya nyasam datva punah punah nivartayamasa tato bharatam bharatagrajaha. A little bit of poetry going on. Bharatam bharatagrajaha. It's very common. So paduke chasya rajyaya nyasam datva punah punah nivartayamasa tato bharatam bharatagrajaha. So paduke cha asya rajyaya nyasam datva punah punah nivartayamasa tatah bharatam bharatagrajaha. So paduke is the, let's see, who can do this for me now? Let's see, can Kartik do this? Vasudha wants to. Okay, good. Vasudha will do it. Yes, Vasudha?
Namaste, Satishji.
So paduke is what vibhakti?
Paduke, sapta, paduke. Okay, this is
like Vanashabdavat.
Vanashabdavat. Paduka, strilinga. Okay.
No. It's Vanavat. Vanam vane vanani.
Vanam vane vanani. Okay, dvivachanam. So, Dvitiya vibhakti dvivachanam.
Very good. Dvitiya dvivachanam. It's the karma of Dattva.
Okay.
Dattva. Now, Dattva is again the Twanta Pratyaha, which is Twanta Avyayaha.
Dattva.
So, Samana Karta, and this is the Purvartini Kriya. So, what is this? What is the Uttarvartini Kriya?
After Dattva. Okay.
So, Paduke Dattva.
Paduke Dattva. Punaha.
Punah is an adverb. Give me the Kriya Padam.
So, Nivartayamasa.
Nivartayamasa, exactly. Nivartayamasa. So, that Paduke Dattva, Nivartayamasa. Who is the Samana Karta?
Samana Karta. Bharatam.
Is Ramaha.
No, Bharatagraja.
Bharatam is Dvitiya Ekvachanam. The Karta will be in Prathama Ekvachanam. So, Bharatagrajaha.
Bharatagrajaha.
Ramaha Mahabalaha. So, Ramaha Mahabalaha Bharatagrajaha. Okay. So, Paduke was Dvitiya Dvivachanam. Cha Amyapadam. Asya.
Asya is Sarvanamam. So, this is Asya. Sasti Ekvachanam.
What's the Pratipadikam here?
Pratipadikam Idam.
Idam. Asya. Very good. Idam. And then, so Asya is connection with what?
Asya is connection with Rajyaya.
Yeah, Asya Rajyaya could be. But then, okay, let's keep it at that for time being. Rajyaya. So Rajya, one thing about this is that Chaturthi has been used here. Rajya like Vanaya. Rajyam Pratipadikam. Rajya Pratipadikam is a Napusaka Pratipadikam. Because Rajya is Chaturthi Ekavacham, Rajyaya. So one thing you can do with the Rajyaya is Rajyam Kartum. Is if you have a Tumunanta which has been suppressed, you can use Chaturthi with that.
Okay.
Find a sutram for that, but let's not go into sutrams. But you know what, okay, I'll give you the sutram also. But for example, Phalani Praptum Gacchati. He goes to get some fruits. So Phalebhya Gacchati. Phalebhya Gacchati. So Rajyaya Dattva. Rajyam Kartum Dattva. So, if you have this tumun which has been suppressed, that karma of the tumun, then can put be Chaturthi. So that is sutram we say that the karma of tumun can go in Chaturthi. Let me see if I can quickly find it for you. Chaturthi Sampradane. By the way, all the vibhaktis are assigned by Panini in 2.3. In 2.3 is all vibhaktis are assigned. See, this is the one. Chaturthi Sampradane, next sutram. Kriyarthopapadasya cha karmani sthaninaha. So when there is a sthaninaha, means there has been suppressed. The karma of that, the kriyarthopapadam means tumunanta is what it means. That can take this karma will then go into Chaturthi. So it is the Rajyam Kartum. His commentary says, okay, Nyasam Dattva.
Nyasam means Nyasam. Looks like Dvitiya.
Ramava Shabda. So
Nyasa. Okay, then Nakaranta Pullinga Shabdam Nyasa. Dvitiya Ekavachanam. What is the meaning of Nyasa? Nyasam?
Nyasam is deposit.
Deposit, okay.
As is Asukshepane, is to put down. Like Sannyasa, put down. So Nyasam is to put down, is to deposit. So, and Dattva, Dhatu Da becoming Dattva. So this is also Da becoming Dat is a special form. Do Dat Go is Sutram, Do Dat Go. So that is Sutram. So this Da becomes Dat, which is a special thing which happens. So Dhatu Da. I think the condition is Tado Kiti. Is when the Pratyaya following is Takara the Kit Pratyaya. That is 7446. So it becomes Dattva. Do Dat Go. Now the having given Punah is an Amvyaya, Punar and Punar, Punaha. That's just qualifying, that's an adverb for what?
Punaha, qualifying for.
So Kasyayaha, Kriyayaha, Visheshanamidam.
Punaha. So let me read Sloka. Rajyam.
I would say Nivartayama.
Nivartayama, Punaha. Okay.
So having given his two sandals in the form as a deposit for, to help him run the kingdom. So to run his kingdom. So Asya by Bharatasya.
Nivartaya. Okay, so this is going to be kind of niche pratyaya. That's why you are putting that Punaha. Persye, making him to do that.
So he made him turn back. So Nivrit is to return.
Okay.
So he made him return. Repeatedly he made him return. So Nivartayama. So look at this. This is called Anuprayoga lit. In Gita in 11th Adhyaya, Darshayamasa, Ashvasayamasa. Now, this very short grammar for you. You see that Am Pratyaya is coming there. Am. There are two dhatus over here. Two dhatus. Ne, Vrit plus Nich. Nivrit is to turn. Vrit is to. And that niche coming in there has, anytime we have a derived dhatu like that, or anekash dhatu, then you cannot do the Dvitva lit. You cannot do the Arjuna Vacha, you cannot do the Dvitva lit form. You have to put the Am Pratyaha. And then after
lit
the
is a default. Satish ji, excuse me, lit is default. We expect two times, like Uvacha, Abravit.
No, Abravit is Lang.
Lung. Okay, lit we need to get the two times that root.
Abhyasa.
Okay.
But here there is no Abhyasa here. Because when the Am Pratyaya comes, then that removes that lit Pratyaya and the new dhatu comes, either Bhu, Kru or As comes with that. And that with its own lit Pratyaya. And most common is a dhatu As only. In Gita only As. So you form this Nivarti. You bring the Nivartayama, and then the As come with the lit pratyaya, its own lit pratyaya. It becomes so that Asa form, that Asa actually is the lit form of dhatu As. Couple of quick comments for you is that first of all, dhatu As should become dhatu Bhu Ardha dhatu Ke. Is in the 2.4, Panini says that the dhatu As does not have any forms of its own in the non-conjugational tenses and moods because of Aster Bhu. But this is the only situation where the As will take a form which is not in the, the Lat, Lot, Lang, Vidiling because of Vachana Samarthyat. Because Panini says that you can use As, Bhu or Kru in the Anuprayoga lit. Then if As cannot take lit, there's no point in saying that you can use As in Anuprayoga lit. That's number one. Second point is that normally when you form the Dhatu Varti, Nivarti, and we add the Am Pratyaha, the Pratyaya Am is a Pratyaya which is Ardha Dhatuka Pratyaha. And it cannot take any Idagama because it is not Valadi. Then the Nish Pratyaya should drop, Niraniti. The Nish should drop by Niraniti 6451. So Nehe, Anidada Ardha Dhatuka Pare Ner Lopasyat. Here it didn't become Aya. So that below Niraniti, I'm sorry, a little bit Vyakaranam for you. But you might think, how did the nish not drop over here? Because Niraniti Sutram 6451, we all know. Well, let me tell you, does Karthik know Sutram? Karthik?
Yes, Sadeshji.
What is the Apavada for Niraniti, which is causing the niche not to drop?
Nishtayam Seti?
It's not Nishtha, this is Am Pratyaya, a little bit below that.
I don't know that.
Okay, this is a new one, which is this one. It is that, I think it's 6455, is I. Amantal Vayen with Vishnushu. I can pronounce this also. But out of these, the niche becomes I. When followed by one of these pratyayas, and Am is one of them. Am. So instead of Niraniti coming, the niche becomes I. Niche becomes I. So 6455, the niche becomes I when Am follows. Among some other pratyayas also given here. So that 6455 is stopping 6451. And one more is to last sutram, is where does the Am pratyaya, where is that being said by Panini? What has to take Am? Is this comes in 3.1 around 35 to 40, I think in the sutram 3.1 35 to 40. And the very first one says, Kas pratyayad amamantre liti. Amantre means not in Vedic. Liti, if it is the dhatu kas and pratyayad, any derived dhatu. Derived dhatu, yes, what Ravi has a question. Yes, Ravi. Ravi?
Kasyaneka am vaktavyaha, this one more.
That is the one. That is the Vartikam on 3.135, correct. So any anekash dhatu, or it has to take the am pratyaya only. So then amaha, that lit takes look. So interesting things happen, but among all the derived dhatus, the nijanta is the most common. The most common, because it's very rare to see lit after, in Gita only nich only. Because it's because you don't see sananta with lit, we don't see those kind of forms. So if you see the am pratyaya coming, most of the time it's going to be nijanta only. Because there are some dhatus which are given in the sutras below, like few dhatus below, which also can take am. But the niche is much, much, much more common than any of those things. So the simple rule for this class is that most of the time, when you see this anuprayoga lit, which is marked by this pratyaya am, and the dhatu us, bhu or kru, mainly us only most of the time, then start thinking causative. Start thinking causative. And that's what is nivartayamasa, is a causative form of nivritta. So keeping this very simple for you is that 80% of the time it's going to be a causative form. In Gita, 100% of the time. So nivartayamasa means he made him turn back repeatedly, punah punaha. Okay, the tataha is Vyapadam. Bharatam is Dvitya Ekvachanam. That Bharatam is the object of nivartayamasa. He made Bharata turn around. And the Bharatagrajaha is poetry going on. Bharatagrajaha Ramaha. Bharatasya Agrajaha. Agraja is a Agrejayatiti Agrajaha. Agrajay is a Upapada Samasaha. Bharatasya Agrajaha. Bharatagrajaha. Shashitat Purushaha. So what do we have now? Ramaha, Mahabalaha, Bharatagrajaha. So only thing is Asya. What is Asya doing over there? Asya Rajyaya could be possible, is that Asya Rajyam Kartum, in order to run his kingdom. This one's kingdom means Bharatasya Rajyam Kartum. In order to run the kingdom of Bharata, he gave his 2 sandals in the form of a deposit, and then repeatedly asked him to turn around and go back. That could be one. Or you can say Asya means for him. So the commentators have given these two ways. You can keep Asya as a Shashti. Shashti Asya, and then you do Sambandha with the Rajyaya. And says Asya equals Asmai. One comment says Asya equals Asmai. So because Dhatu Da is there, Dattva, and Da requires Sampradhanam. Sampradhanam requires Chaturthi. So we say Asmai Dadati, not Asya Dadati. So that Asya can be sometimes, see, the Shashti is a very flexible vibhakti, very flexible vibhakti. Because Shashti Sheshe. So it depends on the vivaksha of the speaker. If he doesn't want to use Chaturthi, he can go and use Shashti also. That's one way to justify the Asya. And that's what Tilaka commentator says, is that he says Asya equals Asmai. Is one thing that he has done, And otherwise you can say Asya Bharatasya Paduke Nyasam. So Pratinidhi. So you can keep the by the way, this Govindaraja quoted, which I give you sutram for that, the Chaturthi. This one also Govindaraja has quoted that sutram. Rajya is equal to Rajyam Kartum, and he's quoted the sutram which I gave you. क्रियातपपदस्य च कर्मणि स्थानिनः इति चतुर्थी. So asya bharatasya paduke nyasam nataya. Or what you can also do with this shashti sheshe, you can also supply something. So asya bharatasya, actually you can do asya rajya is not too bad. Asya rajyam kartum, in order to run his kingdom. So all you can take, so asya you can keep as shashti, connect with rajya, or you can make it chaturthi, and you can also do it that way. So let's do, so let's this past 6 o'clock. Let's do the sloka. Let's see who wants to do. Somebody new. Who wants to do? Person. Who wants to do? Ravi. Okay, what should we do? Let's just
So TC.
Okay. Now let's see. Ne. What is the ne? Ne is going to be cha. Cha.
Okay.
Okay. Now handing over.
Nyasam datva.
I think for just datva. Keep it datva only for now. Datva.
Yeah.
Datva. Then to Bharata.
Bharatam.
No, I think Bharatam will be Nivartayamas probably. Probably Asya maybe. Okay, let's keep it. It might be Asmai. Asya means Asmai equals to Bharata. Let's keep it.
It's a Dvikarmaka here or not?
Yes.
Datva paduke. Asya paduke also.
He give this to him.
Yeah.
Right. You can say that, you know. So tasmai. But then you know what? But generally the chaturthi, they require chaturthi with dhatu da, you know. So paduke should not be, you know, the karmaka is, you know, because da requires chaturthi with that. Tasmai dadati.
If it has to be chaturthi, it has to be rajya then.
No, rajya is different. That's rajyam kartum. I'm talking about the asya.
Okay.
So so anyway, let's go on. Let's see what we find. One pair of wooden sandals.
Paduke.
Paduke. As is representative.
Nyasam.
Nyasam. As a depository, it means representative. They've done.
Yeah.
Okay. To rule over the kingdom.
Rajya.
Rajyaya. It says to, Rajyam Kartum. Sri Ramaha.
Bharatagraja.
No, right. We took this from prior sentence. Remember that these two we left over.
Okay. Okay. Ramaha.
Bharata's elder brother.
Yeah.
Bharatagraja.
Bharatagraja.
Who was possessed of great might.
Mahabalaha.
Mahabalaha. Then he persuaded him to return from Chitrakuta.
Nivartayamasa.
After repeated importunities.
Punah punaha.
Punah punaha. Okay, now what was the question we had before? His ne is a cha. And how about the tataha? Where did the tataha come? Handing over?
Tataha.
Should be then, probably somewhere then, right? There's no then over here. I would expect something like a then, you know, but maybe somewhere, because handing over his own pair of sandals as representative to rule over the kingdom. Sri Ramaha, possessed of great might. Okay, maybe it could have been put a then somewhere there, but you know, it hasn't there. I think the asya is to him, you know. I would say the asya is to him. Handing over his parallel sandals as representative, handing over to Bharata. To Bharata is asya, I would say. Otherwise, where is the asya?
Chasya.
No, I'm saying in the translation, where is asya otherwise? You know.
Yeah.
That is to Bharata, asya. Asmi is taken asmai, unto him, given unto him. So,
I have a question, yeah. This Bharatam Bharatagraja is a Shabdalankaram voice. It's Anuprasam.
I don't know what Alankara name is. It's like alliteration, probably what they call in English. So,
okay.
Because yeah, clearly it is Alankara it has used. I don't know the exact name for that, but you know, only Vyakaranam I know. So Alankara Shastram Naditam Maya. So yeah, but it's Alankara. Basically, it's, I don't know the exact name. They repeat it back to back like that. So it is that's what it is. Okay, I think maybe we should stop with this class. It's like, oh, we got only 9 minutes. Okay, let us stop with that. Anybody has any questions, we will take them up. We'll do Mangalacharanam. Ramo Rajamanistada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Abhiyata Nishachara Chamo Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Sri Rama Nama Varanana Onnamaiti. Okay, this is session 78, June the 12th, second session Ramayanam. Next class is June 26. Kailash, are we okay?